This procedure is only for our Central Sound custom designed upgraded replacement parts. Here we have a Sony WH-XB910N model headphones. And a common problem with these is the slider cover piece on the side begins to break and crack right around here. And then it falls apart and renders the headphones useless because you can't wear them on your head. They also sometimes crack right about here. And it is a planned obsolescence, we believe. So Sony is notorious for this problem on several different models of headphones, the same area and the same parts. So here we have our replacement upgraded part for this specific model already installed, just to give you an idea of how it looks. I will show you how to replace this part momentarily. So it does extend, and it does have the clicking noises just like the original ones. So also the texture is very similar to the original Sony ones as well. Now these are a two-piece assembly, and what is holding these two pieces together are these two screws right here. So first thing you want to do is remove those screws. These screws take a small Phillips screwdriver, which is included in the replacement parts kit. So you want to make sure that you do not lose these screws. You will need them to install the new parts, so make sure to put them somewhere safe and do this procedure over a desk or table so you don't lose the screws. So here we have a spudger tool. It's a separator pry tool used in electronics. This is also included in the kit with our replacement parts, so you get these two tools as a bonus to help you replace this part. So as you can see, it is already separated somewhat after the screws are removed, and you just kind of want to gently pry these two pieces apart and work your way down towards the headband area. They do come out fairly simply, so it shouldn't take a whole lot of time or effort. Just be gentle and take your time with it. There is a wire in between these two parts, so be careful not to damage that wire as you're using this tool to separate the two parts. Once the two parts are separated, two screws will be exposed, and these are two mounting screws that hold this ear cup onto these parts. So you would just remove those two screws with a small Phillips screwdriver, and then once those are removed, this part slides out fairly simply. You just kind of sweep it in a downward motion and it comes out, and that's what it looks like. And then the outer part just slides right off. So really simple to remove these parts. So this is what it looks like with the parts removed. There is a small metal tab piece here that's supposed to hold the slider pieces on there. So you want to make sure that's intact and not bent, damaged, or missing. These are our upgraded Central Sound replacement parts. Now these are redesigned and re-engineered right here in the USA, also made in the USA. Link to order is in the description. This is the inner part here, and it has two screw holes right there. So we're going to mount the ear cup little hinge piece onto this part here. It may take a little time and patience to make sure that it's aligned properly and in place before you secure it with screws. Mount that metal bracket onto this part here. So make sure it's aligned up properly, and once it is, you can screw the two screws back in there. These are the screws that you removed earlier, so make sure you hold on to those. Very important. Do not over tighten these screws, as you could strip out the parts, and you don't want that to happen. This is what it should look like when the part is installed correctly. Once again, if you'd like to order our replacement parts kit, you can check the description. There will be several links to several different models. The next step would be to install the outer slider piece, and this just slides right in there. Very simple. Once both parts are installed, you want to position them together because you're going to snap them in place. So make sure that wire is tucked in between both parts and it's not on the outside. And you can extend the band a bit if you need to, like I did here, and then just apply some pressure. You most likely will hear a snapping sound. If you don't, that's fine. as long as they are together and secure. That's the main thing. So on this procedure here, you can see the parts on one side are flared out somewhat, so that's not a problem. We will get that taken care of. So you want to kind of look here to see if they're connected, and as you can see, there is a small hook in the little track area, so you want to squeeze that so that little hook gets in there, which now that it appears that they are in there now. So next step would be to apply some pressure on each side. So you can use a clamp like I'm using here, or pliers or vice grips. Once again, this may not be necessary, but if it is flared out like this, you can use this procedure to take care of it. So just a small clamp I'm using here, applying some pressure on each side. So you can use pliers or vice grips as well. And now you want to secure the two pieces together with the two screws that you had removed earlier. So you just want to install those. Once those screws are installed, then you are done. So you can go ahead and test it. Make sure the headband expands and retracts like it's supposed to, and test the flexibility when it comes to the ear cups. Make sure there's nothing getting in the way of expunction. So this is what they look like installed on both sides. Very, very similar to the original parts. And these are our replacement parts, once again, at Central Sound. This is our own custom exclusive design. You cannot get these anywhere else. So we had designed and engineered, and we have these manufactured right here in the USA. You can get them at centralsound.co, and we also have these parts for several other Sony models as well. Come check it out and see if we have the parts you need.